Alright, it's day 2 of travel. I'm at the Istanbul airport. My flight to Kathmandu is in 3 hours. I've spent an inordinate amount of money in the last 2 days, so hopefully this all works out. Let's just get it out of the way that I feel really silly vlogging, but I did buy a GoPro, and if I drop that much money on a GoPro, this whole trip is gonna get vlogged. So, I left the airport yesterday at 6 a.m. and I flew to JFK. And before I was like, this is gonna be hard, but like I've trained for it, so I think it's gonna be doable, right? Like I think I'll be fine. And then I left JFK yesterday to go see my friend in the city, and I lugged my backpack around Brooklyn, and it nearly broke me. And so now I'm thinking that it's gonna be a lot harder than I thought. So if you're watching this, I know you told me the backpacking is gonna be really hard, and then I brushed it off, so I'm sorry. Look who's here!
Hey guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just got here. We had some hiccups along the way, but we made it. I just took my Diamox, so I'm feeling really acclimatized. And now I'm gonna go flood the entire hotel actually, the whole hotel.
Alright, it's 5 in the morning. We're all packed up. Here's our backpacks, and we're on the way to the airport. Okay, how are we feeling? Good?
No.
Okay, day 1 is over. We're destroyed. We're gonna do Rosebud and Thorn.
So I think the rose was just like the views, and also the fact that we were able to do this at all. I think the bud is just like having more like stamina and like determination, and Thorn is probably all the stairs and the poop.
Okay, my rose was the dal bath and the momos we had today. My bud is that we get to see the first glimpse of Everest tomorrow. And then my thorn was getting mud and yak poop flung on my face. Okay, day 2, how are we feeling? Better than yesterday.
Right now, I think, I don't know what elevation we're at, but we're going up to 11.5, and we were at 8.5. But I'm not really feeling the elevation.
There were just a lot of stairs. More stairs than yesterday, but we
we're
don't feel
at-
as bad as yesterday.
But we're at the national park entrance. We're gonna get lunch in like 30 minutes.
This lunch, yum.
They gave me like, I think this is like 3 potatoes, like chopped up, with like a bunch of vegetables and
That
cheese.
is a lot of potatoes.
It's like, it was a whole plate of like potatoes, and like I love potatoes, but like what? Too bad.
We're climbing up all these stairs, and it's really hard. All right, how are we feeling? That's Everest. We're finally here. Snamchi Bazaar. Okay, day 2 is over. We slept for 6 hours immediately after our hike. Don't know if we're gonna be able to sleep tonight. Rosebud and Thorn.
Rose was, the views were really pretty. Thorn was, I don't think I've ever climbed that many stairs my whole life, and there's only more stairs to come. Bud, I don't know. Today really drained me and broke my spirit.
My rose was that we still got dalbat today. My bud is I think it'll get a lot easier once we have trekking poles. That's what I'm telling myself. And my thorn is how horrible today was. Everything aches. Everything hurts. I think it really broke me. I don't think that anybody can train for this unless they put their Stairmaster in their house, crank up the heat, and like have like a 20-kilogram backpack, and they do it for like 8 hours a day.
Take like a full bag to the gym with their hiking boots and then go on the Stairmaster.
And see, I tried that once, and I was like, I'm not doing this. Because I looked like an idiot. But we're also telling ourselves that either at the end of this, we're going to be so buff, or look like a sickly child. So
I think we're gonna be disproportionately buff. I think we're gonna have really huge legs and just a tiny arm.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think that that math is really going to help with these gains. See you you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right, it's day 3. Spirits are broken, but we have our hiking poles. Acclimatization hike.
Yay!
Yay! We're at Panorama Hotel. How are you feeling?
Oh my god, I can't breathe.
Remember when I was like, my spirits are broken this morning? I didn't know broken spirits until right now. Gorgeous field. Everest? It's right there. Right there. All the way up there. You can see more now. Look at that.
It's clearing up more.
It's right there. It's right there. Okay. Today was day 2 in Namche. We went on an acclimatization hike, which was 3,850 meters. Tomorrow we're going up to 3.9. Thoughts?
We got hiking poles today, and I think that made it so much easier.
I think that saved our life.
I hope that it helps tomorrow on the real hike and the days after.
Yeah.
But he said like tomorrow and the next couple days is where people will start to not be able to do it anymore.
I
So
feel the altitude sickness.
hopefully we push through that.
Hopefully. In today's words of wisdom from Rupesh, our guide, what was it that he said?
He said, on the way up, your heart cries, and
On the way down, your knees cry.
cry.
So keep that in mind if you ever decide to do Everest. See you tomorrow. Bye. All right. It's day 4, day 5.
Day 5.
Day 5. Here's the fits. How are we feeling?
I'm okay for now.
Yeah, before we start hiking. Okay, I'm also feeling okay for now. But I think today's gonna be really hard. We're doing 12 kilometers. Rupesh said it would take 6-7 hours, which means it's gonna take us like 8 or 9. We'll see.
I don't know what elevation we're going to.
I think 3.9. All right, see you tonight. Bye. That's Lhotse, the 4th highest peak in the world. We're at 2 hours in. How are we feeling?
Really good.
Really, really good.
Those other people were
We
going
only
to.
have 34 kilometers until Everest Base Camp. Okay, so we are either 5, 10, 15, or 20 minutes away from our tea house. Rupesh is not telling us the truth.
We're fully inside of the
We are
clouds.
inside of a cloud right now. It's moving through
Feels
us.
pretty good, honestly. I
It
feel
feels
I'm
really
in a,
nice.
I'm in a little fairy forest with all the moss and the trees.
I don't
and
feel like that.
Rupesh is our little guide fairy.
Okay, elevation. We are now at 3,900 meters.
I think today was good. We didn't really feel the elevation. It was mostly flat the first half.
And then it was downhill the second third.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It rained a little bit. We walked through a cloud.
a really pretty forest. I still do not think that Rupesh thinks that we're gonna make to base camp. I also think he's sick of us. But tomorrow we get to go to Dingoche.
Well, tomorrow we get into like the actual like high altitude, low oxygen. So we won't really know if the Dymox is helping until tomorrow.
Or full acclimate. So if it hits us really hard, then we might not even make it to base camp. I also think that like we've been vlogging this whole time, like how horribly we've been suffering. And I think that it's really important to note that we were very unwell when we booked this trip and thought that climbing to base camp would solve all of our problems. Alright, bye, see you tomorrow. Alright, day 6. Here are the fits. How are we feeling? Scared. Today will be a moment of truth. We'll find out if the Dymox is actually helping or not. So, we'll check back in later today. Bye. Okay, I haven't had bowel bath in 36 hours.
I'm eating organically colored candied chocolates.
Okay, we're above the tree line.
I'm getting really comfortable at this rest stop, so I think we need to keep going. But we have like 30 minutes left, which is weird because he said it was going to take us 3 hours. But we've been going for an hour and a half, so tell me how we have only 30 minutes left.
I think he's lying to us.
He said we could see the village from here.
So I think Huda has the Kumbu cough right now. She is struggling. As am I. Alright, it's night 6. We just went to dinner. We checked our pulse ox.
I won.
It was kind of low because I couldn't breathe, and then I just breathed really hard, and then we tied. Well, tomorrow is our acclimatization day. We're at 4,400 right now. And then the day after we'll go to Lobuche, and the day after is base camp day. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, bye! So we're on the side of this mountain. We're at 4,560 meters, and this random man stopped us to give us his whole life story. And now I think we see a mountain goat.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh my god!
There's like 3 of them.
What? Where?
Down. Look.
Look at this mountain goat. Guys, our guide all the way up
I
there.
love the way you say God.
Okay, we didn't really vlog today, but today was a good day. We both felt good. And then we slept the entire day, and tomorrow we're going to Lobuche. I slept the whole day. She hit her Instagram limit.
I make the most use of my 1000 rupee Wi-Fi, so
Right.
I use my phone the whole day.
And I support that.
And now we'll see if I can fall asleep.
Alright, bye. Bye. Alright, it's base camp day. How are we feeling?
Better than yesterday.
Okay, we didn't vlog at all yesterday because both of us felt awful.
Yeah.
But now we're feeling better. Alright, see you at base camp. Bye. We're 2.5 hours away from base camp. How do you feel?
Bad.
Me too. This is so anticlimactic. We're finally here! Right, the check at Everest Base Camp. We're here! So you know saying how everybody leaves their visa photos is like the missing kids section at Sam's Club. So we're putting up our visa photos. It's here. That right there, that right there, that's Everest. Right there. Little baby ducks. What do you think, guys? Does he look like he's from Squid Games? Yes or no? Okay, we think it's maybe day 11. All of our joints are rubbing to dust. Thoughts?
We're lost in the woods. My knee is broken.
Okay, bye. See you later. We were coming up on mountains, and now there's a giant cloud in it, and you can't see anything. What are you playing right now?
Barney.
Bye bye. We're officially back in Lukla, and we're devouring this Pachi Dubai chocolate, and it's so good. Alright. It's your favorite two little fighters. We're back with our end of journey vlog. We are back in Lukla. We did 20 kilometers of hiking today. What are some of your highlights from this trip?
We went to a really pretty bakery today.
We did. We had some really good apple pie. What else did we do? We need to have some information in here.
I've just been having a really hard time regulating my emotions.
We did some tears were shed today. Not by me.
My knee hurts really bad. I think it's broken.
I think all of our joints have been pulverized. What would you recommend to people embarking on this trip?
Stairmaster
Stairmaster.
and facial wipes.
Facial wipes, toilet paper, sock freshener, all of the above. Okay, bye!
Bye.
Okay, we've been waiting since 8 a.m. It's 12 p.m. and our flight has still not taken off. We might have to drive 17 hours, we might have to drive 5 hours, we might not have to drive at all. Who knows? Okay, it's hour 5. It's now 1 p.m.
Why do I
We
look
finished
like
the
I was,
entire bag of chocolates.
I look like I was lost in the jungle for 5 days.
And we look like we've been through war.
The next flight might be directly to Kathmandu, but it also might not be.
We're gonna be stuck here
Forever!
together. 27 hours later, we have boarding passes. Our flight is here. I think we're finally gonna take off. Okay, how are we feeling post the terrifying flight?
That was the most terrifying experience of my entire life. I literally thought I was gonna die.
There's nothing positive about it.
There's nothing left to say. Now we're just waiting for a taxi, and then we're gonna have another terrifying 5-hour drive.
Lots to look forward to. Okay,
Final check-in.
20-minute plane ride and 5.5-hour car ride later.
The most terrifying plane ride ever.
And the most terrifying car ride.
But we made it back.
And we fly out tomorrow. And it was such a good trip.